Check it out, peeps. This is our new line that we got. This is a 6-pound test. And look at that line memory, man. Virtually none, man. That's brand new. Look at that line memory. None. This is part of the reason why I designed it like this, man. Because mono kind of sucks when, you know, it has memory, man. It makes it actually weaker having memory too. But, alright, check this out. We're gonna go like this. 5-ouncer, and we'll use the most, the weight that's always gonna get you snagged and screw you up the most, man, is gonna be the pyramid, man. It's one of the most evil shapes you can have for fishing, but for a demonstration we're gonna use this. All right, okay, I'm gonna freaking reel it up on the little guy. 5-ounce weight, right? Okay. Tighten that up. Popped out. See that? That's a 6-ouncer weight, man. You want to talk about amazing casting, man? We designed the line to be, you know, no memory, but the important thing is stretch and and casting, man. That's the important part about this, because a lot of people there you go, boom, right in the trees. People don't understand how important being able to stretch is. That's going to be the difference between the hook coming out of a fish and not, you know. Look at that, pulled it right out. Look at that, 6-pound test, man. Look at, see that? Came right out of the trees, the bushes. But this is our 6-pound test, dude. Imagine what our bigger stuff is. So a 5-ouncer. Keep doing her. All right, we'll go thicken the bushes over here. All right, we're in the blackberries over there. That one might be a little freaking too stuck, but oh no, she popped right out, man. Woo! We don't fake nothing around here, man. Popped right out of the blackberries. But yeah, this is our line, man. So, you know, come check it out, man. You know how we do, man. We always get you guys the best, and sometimes if it's not available, we make it. So we're fortunate enough that with your guys' help, we got to make our own line, man. But this is 6-pound test, so no stretching. Look, no memory. Here, I'll show you on this concrete. Like, no memory, man. And the casting is crazy, man. The casting is just amazing. So good. But yeah, our line, we have six, I believe we might have had 4, I don't remember, I gotta check, but I wanted 4. I don't know if we got it yet. Look at that, I'll hit it all in the bushes. Trying to tear it up, you know. Where does it go? Oh, it went under there. Somehow it went under that. But weird. But anyway, freaking that's what's up, people. That's our new line. Come and get it. Come check it out, man. I'm just stoked about it. No memory. That's the kind of line I like, and I'll explain to you why here in a sec. Why stretch is so important. Hold on. Okay, I'll explain to you why stretch is so important, man. So you got, that's the 50 dogger. Where's that freaking line, dude? I'll show you guys by example. Here you go. Okay. So, Well, let's see. All right. So you got your hook, right? This is why, like on catfish, man, we do so good and we don't lose any fish. And there's a lot of reasons to why you guys will catch fish, you know, and not. You know, there's a ton of reasons. Like obviously bait for one, you have to have the best bait or else you're not going to get them every time. But if you have good bait, you can literally have 100% success rate. Second thing is stretch, man. So if you got a catfish on, you know, that's barely hooked, and your line doesn't stretch, and you just have your drag tied all the way, that hook, it's not even about the line popping out. It's just gonna rip the hook out. When you have stretch and it's at its max point, this will stretch before that hook pops out because you have that extra give, and that's the difference between when the hook would just pop out from being stiff to you get all that different stretch in it, you know, like a bungee. It's like a bungee, you know. Whereas if you had a tight line or a line that was really stiff and broke and rigid, that hook is either going to come out or your line's going to break. As opposed to this will stretch all the way out before it breaks. And the most important part though is that hook will stay in as opposed to ripping out, because you actually have that stretch force as opposed to like a cable, you know. Like a cable is just going to come out. This will stretch right before, and it'll keep the hook in the fish right before, you know, it would have popped out because of you have that extra stretch. I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but that's the best way I can explain it to you is instead of this hook coming out, you're actually going to stretch like a bungee before it does. And that's huge, you know. But yeah, this is our that's what's up, man. So but yeah, our new line's awesome, man. And that didn't break. It just I just half-assed tied the knot just to show you guys a thingamajigger bobber. But yeah, I'm testing it all for you guys. I tested it before, but I'm making sure all the sizes are what I want, you know, and good for you guys. So, but not bad, man. 5-ounce weight into trees and sticks and stones and ladders, man. And casting is amazing. So, but you know, there, I didn't tie it half-ass on this time. So, but that's pretty tight, man. Stretching's awesome. But there you go. We don't fake nothing around here, man. You know, we just get you guys the best. And we got 80-pound, man. We got up to 80-pound mono. But fortunately, because of you guys, man, I got you the best line now, man. You know, 30 pounds, you want flats? Flat line, dude, right there, man. 30 pounds. But the important part is no memory and the casting ability, man. That's what you want. You want to be able to cast good. You want it to stretch. That way the hook doesn't pop out on the fish. As opposed, it's not even about the line breaking. It's about you not having a perfect hook set and the hook not being in very good. That stretch will keep the hook in as opposed to you just ripping the hook out of the mouth. And that's why we get so many, is because of these characteristics of our line. And that's the truth, man. You guys can say I don't know what I'm talking about, or some of you or whatever, but if you understand how stretch works and how the hook, if it's barely hooked in the fish, you want stretch. You don't want that rigidity. So because that hook won't pop out like it normally would if you have that extra safety of stretch, you know. So, but whatever, man, we're super soaked. We got bad old line. I'll keep doing tests to show you guys, but you guys know me, man. I don't play around. I don't mess around. I don't lie about fishing. So I'm not out here to trick you. I'm just blessed enough from you guys to be able to give you guys what I know you need. I know what's good because I'm out there with you every day, you know. I'm out there just like you, and I want the best shit. So I'm gonna make the best shit for me, and fortunately, me making what I need is gonna also help you guys in the long run. So pretty awesome, man. We got our line in, and yeah, we spool up line, man. Whatever, we're up to 80 pounds, man. I don't know why you'd need 80 pounds, but we have it just in case, because if you sturgeon fish, man, you don't need 80 pounds. You need like 50 or 60 is plenty. 80 is kind of crazy, but we have it if you want it. So, but the difference between, if you want to know the honest truth, the difference between 60 and 80 is the 80 makes a louder snap when it breaks. So that's the truth. But I have it in case some people want to, you know, that's their thing. But when you're sturgeon fishing, 60 is plenty. 50 is plenty if you know how to do it. 60 is pretty awesome. That's a good sturgeon line. And mono doesn't cut fish. I don't care what anybody says, man. We grew up fishing in Idaho, and braid fucks the fish up. It absolutely cuts them. It's cool because you can fit a lot more line on from braid as opposed to mono. But the downfall is, if you ever catch these sturgeon and you wonder why they got all these sores everywhere, imagine your hand grabbing that under all that pressure. It would cut the shit out of you. Well, it cuts the fish too. That braid is so thin and so strong, all that tension, it actually cuts it, you know? Just, that's why they make cheese cutters out of freaking wire. And out of, you know, that's why. It's because it's so thin and fine that it does actually cut. So just something to keep in mind sturgeon fishing, man. And I'm not talking crap on anybody who uses braid, because it does have its advantages, man. You can have, freaking, you're maxed out sometimes depending on your reel at like 300 yards with mono. So I get that. But the flip side is, man, it does hurt the fish. And once a braid's nicked, man, it's way weaker. Mono's gonna take abrasion so much better. Idaho, I think they changed the law this year, but it's always been by law you had to have 130 pounds of braid or just 50 pounds of mono when you sturgeon fished. And that was actually a law here in Idaho. If you don't, they had minimums. That way you're not out there just pricking up the fish, leaving hooks in them. So you either had to have 130 pound braid or just 50 pound mono. So that's what it's been in Idaho. I believe they changed it to where you don't have to have that. But just kind of a good comparison to keep in mind. Why would Idaho Fish and Game make you have 50 pound mono or 130 pound braid? It's because that 130 pound braid, that's its break strength. But it's great for sea and lakes, man. I'll agree. But it just, once it gets touched by anything, and the Snake River is made full of what? Rocks. But and if it touches rocks, and we're our sturgeon, man, in rocks. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not talking crap on braid, people. I'm just letting you know that it does cut them. Period. I don't care what you say, man. You have to know. If you sturgeon fish for a long time, you know that braid, it cuts them when it's around their head and you're trying to get their head out of the current, and you have all that weight against them, dude. It cuts their face, it cuts their head, it cuts their bodies. When the hook's, it's wrapped around and you go to turn their head out of the current, all that line is cutting them. So it doesn't kill them, but it gives them wounds, and it definitely probably doesn't feel good. So, but whatever, man. We have braid too. Anyway, but pretty stoked, man. That's our line. That's our test. We'll keep doing a bunch of tests, but I love it, man. We're so stoked and psyched, man. Too cool, man. And I got to use it because we kept having to rechange it, man, because I didn't like it. So we finally got it right. We finally got it perfect. And yeah, come check it out, man. We got you guys. Freaking little renegade bait out of Idaho, man, busting out freaking super line, man, because of you guys. So appreciate you guys. Peace.